I was told to speak on education. Which is so beautiful, because as a young child I experienced education to be absolutely horrible. Yes. Because I was not interested in many of the things that are the subject matter. I was interested in looking out of the windows and seeing the fields and seeing everything outside and letting my mind go out there. Are any of you identifying with that? Yes? At least during some of the subjects that you were being taught. You see, when we send children to school, they pay attention for perhaps 2, at the most 3 of the periods of the entire day that they are at school. And the rest of the time they don't. Actually, if we're really honest, no child pays attention with great interest and aroused interest in every subject. So why do we persevere to teach children things in a way that doesn't make them interested? Yes? And yet we know that those things may be beneficial for them. So like that. So, the very first thing that I want to share with you is that we need to rethink the entire process of education, the way it has moved for the last 200 years. Meaning that today most education is geared at job creation. The primary purpose of education is the child's happiness. Bhutan is a small country outside of India, but connected to India. There's this king there, and this king's, it reminds me so much of the Ramayana. This king and his government exist solely for the happiness of the people. I bet you never even thought there was a place left on the planet where that was a priority. Yes, the happiness of the people. Everyone, the entire population, yes, must experience contentment and satisfaction at being exactly where they are and who they are. It's such a beautiful example. So if we have this as a basis for our education, that as whatever we wish ourselves to be called, educators, that is fundamentally our aim, the happiness. In order to do that, we need to first of all look at the fact that until we are told that we cannot do something, we always think we can. We always think we can. So a child is born with all potential and all possibilities. So if we are to educate children, if we are to be with children in a not revolutionary but evolutionary new way, then we need to see that competition must be kept out of it. Yes? This is important. Therefore, I want to remind you of the word acharya. Acharya is such a beautiful word. It means teacher. But in the middle of the word acharya is the word char. It is a Sanskrit verb root, yes, from which karma comes. But actually it means to revolve, to move, and you can visualize it like a car wheel or a chariot wheel. It's a circular movement. So when the teacher and the student sit together, first of all, there must be a feeling of equalness. A feeling that as a teacher, your body may be grown up, but the rest of us may not be, yes? So that there's a feeling of equality, that if you are a good teacher, you will recognize that you learn from your students. All good yoga teachers know that. Yes? You learn from your students. They are your first teacher. So you must sit together, and then there is this movement that takes place between the student and you must have a feeling in your heart, of wishing to nurture and to bring out the best in this child that optimizes their happiness. This is usually done through the arts. Yes? We all love some form of art. Art, music, everything. You know why? Because it brings us back to a connectedness with harmony. Natural harmony, the harmony that we see around us, the harmony in nature. Our own nature. So when as small children, if we are given the possibility, if we are backed up by a system of trust and of feeling that as a child you are a valued member, you are valued, you are appreciated, and that you come to an environment that is kind of like a space of love. So that whatever place we have for learning, it must feel that you enter into a place of love, a place of caring, a place where you are nurtured. Oh, that's so beautiful, isn't it? In Russia, there is a place in a small city where a school, in fact an entire university, was built by children from the ages of 3 or 4 to the age of 17, 18, without any adults. Because they were being nurtured, they were capable, they didn't know they couldn't do it. Yes? It brought out everything in all of them, and they all had different aspects that helped to make the whole. Because naturally all of us have something different to contribute. None of us are exactly the same. Some of us are drawn more to art in terms of drawing, some of us are more drawn to writing, some of us are more drawn to music, to dance, so on. Yes? All that together created this place. It's there, you can go and visit it. I have a friend who's been there. And it's accepted by the Russian education system. Is that not awesome? There is a similar one in Australia which is also accepted. It's a new way of teaching. It's a way of teaching where the moral values come first, that the child is recognized as a spiritualized being